to ask any and everybody, because I'd like an answer from everybody on this. If Joe Biden were to step down, outside of Kamala Harris, who would you think would be? Who do you think would be um, an opponent who could beat Donald Trump in November, other than Biden or Kamala Harris? And I know most people like Representative Jasmine Crockett and Representative AOC, but I'm not sure if they would be picked because they're women. And but I want to know, you know, what Democrat do you think would become who could beat possibly beat Trump other than Joe Biden, because he has a proven record. You have people like Liz Cheney, who is a staunch conservative who believes in conservative values, and she has them. Her dad, Dick Cheney, he was, if I'm not mistaken, he was George Bush the son's vice VP, or either the father, but he was a conservative. And she's willing to vote for Biden. So I'd like to know if people can tell me who, other than Kamala Harris and AOC and Jasmine Crockett, who would they choose to replace President Biden? Because the way I see it is, if they replace him, you're going to replace him with old another old white man. So who would it be? Who do you think can do the job? I'd love to see what people would say, and I hope people see this, and I hope they give it a comment, because I really would love to know who you think could possibly beat Trump in November, other than Joe Biden, because I believe, even though he may stumble, even though he may fall, I do believe that Joe Joe Biden could beat Trump this year, this cycle. This is last year, and it'll probably be his last year in politics too. So whoever sees this, I hope you can tell me, who do you think would be the greater choice. I myself, I'm like they say, I'm riding with the Biden-Harris ticket for November, because I do believe that Joe Biden can win. I don't believe he stands a chance. I do believe that he can win. These polls, what most people don't know, a lot of these polls that are out, I'm not sure if they're real polls, accurate polls, or they're polls designed to discourage and sway Biden supporters and Democrats in general away from the Democratic Party. And it seems like some of the old dirty Reagan Nixon tricks the Republican Party used to pull, like the Iran Contra affair, where they dropped they let Noriega drop all the drugs into South Central LA, but the whole plot backfired on them, because now there's more of their children, white children, on these drugs, especially that fentanyl stuff. But that's not the point here. That's not really the point the point I'm trying to make. We need to have a candidate who can really, can really put out. You know, Joe Biden has shown what he can do. And I hear people say, well, when Trump rumbles, they say, oh, he has people working for him, and they help him out and they advise him. Well, it's the same with Joe Biden. He may stumble and he may fall, but he has smart people working with him, and he can tell them what they want, and they can help him implement his plan. So, what's the difference? Both men are old. Donald Trump is 78 years old. Biden is 3 years older than him. Donald Trump's rambles, that RNC acceptance speech he gave, I mean, everybody's talking about it. It was the worst speech, the longest speech, and the worst acceptance speech of any presidential candidate. But that's neither here nor there, you know. And people are just they're having the doomsday thing. The Bible is fulfilling itself. Yes, I believe in the Bible. I'm a religious person. I grew up in a religious household. I went to a religious school. I attended church. I attended two churches. I attended old Southern conservative Baptist churches. I attended Kojic churches, which are the Church of God and Christ, Apostolic Church, Catholic Church, Muslim. I've even gone to synagogue a few times, so I'm aware of the different religions. I know people who are devout Muslims, but I'm not I'm not brainwashed. I'm not a brainwashed Christian, and I know that Christian nationalism is not what it's supposed to be, what they plan it to be, and my thing is, I'm not going to vote for Trump, because how can you choose a running mate who says that women, that divorce should be illegal? They plan on making divorce illegal, and you should stay in a marriage with your husband, even in an abusive marriage with children abusive marriage with your husband for the sake of your children. That's some 1950s BS, because a lot of women went through brutal abuse. Take Francine Hughes, The Burning Bed. She wrote the book, The Burning Bed. She did everything to get away from her husband. He abused her. She divorced him. She lived well. She went to school and was doing well for herself. Her husband moved back into the house after she had divorced him, and the police would not help her. And she snapped, and she got herself and her children out of the house. She set the bed on fire and she burned them up. She did time in prison for it. She got out of it. Tracy Thurman, I think it was in Connecticut. She left her husband, and the police would not protect her. He stomped on her neck and broke her neck and left her partially paralyzed, because police in her neighborhood in Connecticut would not take it seriously. So what does J.D. Vance and these conservative Republicans mean by staying with your husband, and even if it is an abusive marriage, for the sake of the kids? He came there, and this girl was a young girl. She's paralyzed in one arm, because her husband stomped her neck. He stomped and twisted around on her neck. So that is what they want you to go through. They want you to have kids, and even if you're raped, you have to have your rapist child. Come on, that's neither here nor there. But again, I'm asking, how many of you, what is the ordinary public's, the voting public, the voting American public, what do you feel about these things? And I hope you answer me. And I will be doing a live stream on July 31st at, it's 7:45 p.m. on July 31st. You can check it out at my YouTube channel, Things Worth Knowing, and my the URL is www.youtube.com/@BIGGIRL_72. So I hope somebody answers this, because this amazes me. But anyway, everybody have a good day. See you July 31st. Hope to see you July 31st. Take care.